Alright, welcome back. I am going to show you today how to, oh look, somebody just bought my chest plate that I had listed in the auction house. Anyway, I'm going to show you how to grind MCMMO skills. Now, if you don't know what MCMMO is, it is a plugin that a lot of servers use. You're able to upgrade individual stats. So here's a look at mine real quick, and I've grinded a lot of these. So excavation, fishing, herbalism, mining, woodcutting. The important ones, combat skills, I'm less than stellar on. My swords is finally up to 100. But my smelting is a great one to have. And so is alchemy. I'm still working on my alchemy one a little bit. But first of all, I'm going to show you how to work on your acrobatics skill. Now, the reason you want acrobatics increased is because when you fall, you'll get fall damage, and having an increased level reduces that damage by giving you a higher chance of doing things called graceful landings. I'll do one. See, yeah, there you go, graceful landing. So when I did that fall there, I didn't actually end up taking any damage. So what we have set up in our base is we have this nice little cactus farm to give us a little bit of idling money. It automatically hits these fence posts as it grows, and it pops and it goes down into the water, and it's collected by some hoppers. So we have that running, but on the outside it's kind of wasted space. So what we did is we built these stairs up. They go up a few high. So we run up them, and then I jump off, and then I hold shift while I land, and that gives me a chance to do a graceful landing. And so by running around this arena just over and over again, I can increase my skills. And sometimes you will get hit, so it's best to have some food with you and some golden apples. The golden apples with the absorption will keep you alive a lot longer. So let's do this for a little bit and see what we can get. One thing to note is to take off any armor you have on. See, I don't have any armor on. I'm just a Jean-Luc Picard right now. And the reason for that is if you have armor on, and I wasn't able to verify this in the wiki, and I'm not going to go through the source code to verify it by any means, but the acrobatic skill is based on how much damage you take, and so the armor reduces that, and you don't get the acrobatic skills. So you take that off, you get a little bit more. The golden apple, you still get the levels on it because it would have done the damage, but it was absorbed. And with the graceful landing, when you hold that shift to do a crouch as you land, that actually gives you a higher chance to not take damage. But, confusing enough, even though you don't take the damage, you can increase your skills. So, run around a whole bunch. I was going to show you me get to another level on here, but I'm all the way at level like 400. I think I just got 400 before I started this video. So this is going to take a couple minutes. So, look, my health has gone down a little bit. My hunger's down, so I'm going to grab a golden apple and get back up there on my hearts a little bit before I die. Last thing you want to do is be running around with a stack of golden apples and die on a faction server, lose your stuff. So there you go. I just increased my acrobatics and skill by 1. That time when I jumped off right there, I don't know if you saw it, it said rolled. Now rolled, if I don't hit the control, not control, shift when I jump, sometimes I still have a chance of not taking damage, and I'm not holding shift now, and I'm not getting rolled. If you hold shift, you have a much higher chance of not taking damage. Oh, and I just died. That was awesome. Alright, let me respawn. Alright, just before I noobed it up there on that acrobatics, I ended up dying real bad, and I respawned, lost the golden apples. I went back real quick because I have a rank on this server. But I'm going to move on and show you the next grinding, and that's simply excavation skills with the shovel. The higher you go on this, the quicker everything kind of goes. But I was checking out the different times it takes to mine stuff. Sand and dirt's the same. Grass is actually a little bit quicker. And I'm just using an efficiency 4 unbreaking 3 shovel. Both of those are very important. Use the highest efficiency possible and use something that's unbreaking because they'll melt pretty quick. Unless you have a lot of them and unless you have somebody to repair your items for you, you'll go through them fast. But if you can see how quick I go on this, I just use a back-to-back sweeping method. And you can see that with an efficiency 4, they just about melt in front of you. And I've already got a level right there. I'm at the 447 there. The higher you go with the levels, the cooler drops you can kind of get while you're doing this. In fact, I think it's like 350 or so. It starts dropping diamonds just randomly. The chance is very, very slim, but it'll start doing that for you, and you get some diamonds while you're mining besides just levels. If you look at what I'm getting, just besides dirt, I get a lot of other miscellaneous stuff as well. And I do have the rank on here, so I can just sell the dirt and empty it out of my inventory. But one of the best things you can do while you're doing this is if you do the right click and do your Giga Drill or whatever, it doesn't really make it go any faster. Oh look, I just got a diamond. But you get more drops while you're doing it, and you get more levels. See, I just got another level, that 448, and my drill wore off. So I mean, just in the time that I've done this in the last few seconds, even at my high of level, I've grabbed 2 levels, I think. We grabbed some other stuff. Hey, check out this base over here. We'll run check it over real quick while we're here. Let me put my shovel away. I'm going to go check that out. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do mining. So I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so next I'm going to do the excavation skill. And the best place to do this is in the nether. And this server has a warp to the nether, but you got a lot of people standing around trying to kill each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run out of here as quick as I can and hope they don't follow me. Alright, so far so good. Alright, we should be clear. And basically I want to get nice and far away from these guys and find some good place to mine. I have to check the map occasionally because sometimes you get cut off here and can't go any further. But I want to get nice and far away from these guys, and we'll find a good place to mine at. I'll be back in a sec. Alright, I'm back. I'm back in the nether, and got killed by a diamond guy once. Got killed by lava once. So, when you're going into the nether, don't take anything important with you. Keep like your diamond pickaxe and stuff in the vault, so that way you don't accidentally lose it. You're probably thinking to yourself right about now that, why am I listening to this guy? He keeps on dying. But trust me on this. There might be a better way in your world to get to the nether. A nether portal may work for you. But once you're here, what I do is I work myself up to the top as high as I can, because it seems like there's a little bit less lava that I'll run into. But basically, this netherrack just melts away, kind of like those grass and dirt blocks do. So this is just an efficiency 4 unbreaking pickaxe, and you can see I just do and so if you do run into lava, what I do is I just drill a hole around it, let it fill up. My fire resistance potion is worn off. Fire resistance is good too. Grab a 8-minute potion, make it nice and long with that glowstone. But you can see right there I just leveled up already to 526. This is a very efficient method, and again on this server I can sell directly from my hand on the netherrack, and it actually makes a pretty quick amount of money this way. Now if I right click and use my super breaker ability, I don't really go any faster, but I certainly can level up a little bit quicker. It gives you better drops that way if you're actually out there. So see, while I'm doing this, I like to hold crouch too, because it looks like there's a death fall right there. So you have to be really careful. Don't take anything that you don't want to lose. I certainly wouldn't go out in diamond armor, because you'll probably lose it. Well, not everybody. But if you're like me and like to play but aren't terribly great. See, we got some more lava going down. I probably scared just about everybody off from going to the nether now, but I really think if you're trying to grind MCMMO, this is the way to go. Stone and everything else just takes, oh, it's probably twice as long, and that doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're grinding levels, I just bumped up there to 527, it absolutely will take a lot longer. So try and get up to the top, and the quartz in here certainly gives you some good XP, and you can use that to enchant another pickaxe if yours ends up breaking. But I'm going to leave this at that for grinding on the excavation skills with your pickaxe. But the other things that you can grind on, and let me just go back to spawn real quick before things get out of hand. You've got unarmed skills, you've got sword skills, and on this server you can't use an XP grinder with the spawners to be able to do that. You have to actually do it in hand-to-hand combat with somebody. Now, those are some great skills to try and increase, though, because unarmed, you have a chance to unarm your opponent. You can make them drop their sword as that skill level increases. The chance is pretty small, but I've dropped plenty of swords here and there. I've dropped some diamond stuff, in fact, and I haven't always been able to grab it. Someone else grabs it, or they can grab it back, but sometimes you can pick it up, and it gives you a huge advantage. So that's a nice one to be able to increase. I mentioned earlier my sword is only up to 100, but as each of those increase, you have a much better advantage over your competitors while you're out there fighting with them. So I'm going to do one more, I think. I think I was going to record a little bit for alchemy. Let me see what else I have. I know I have a fishing set up, which will help for repairs and whatnot. So maybe I'll do a couple of those. I'll be back once I've got things set up. Alright guys, I am back, and I wanted to show you the fishing and repair skills. Now these are two skills that the average of your score creates your salvage skill. Now repair by itself, I mean, it's not that important to level that up. And fishing, you can get some better drops and some stuff like that. But the big skill, again, is that salvage. And let me show you what salvage does. On a gold block, you double tap a enchanted item, and you can possibly get a book from them. I only got the iron there, but sometimes you can pull the book enchants off them. Those were just protection 1, so I wasn't too worried about getting that. But let me show you how I level up my skills. So what I do is I actually get an inventory, my hotbar, full of fishing rods. And then I just go and stand, and I do what's called a mob shake. Now, you only can do it about 20 times before that fishing pole's just about toast. So then I have a setup right here with the iron blocks for repair. Smack that a couple times and go right back. So what I'll typically do again is have a lot of fishing poles, so then I can just scroll through my hotbar and then repair, go back and repair. See, I'm killing some of those mobs too, so this is a decent way to grab a little bit of XP. And you can go and enchant some stuff in the enchanting room on the enchanting tables. And so, again, repair. I think did I upgrade something? Maybe not. This skill level's pretty high, so my levels are few and far between now. I like to do this on, like, if the server's having a double XP day, because otherwise, it just gets gruesome. So, here we go. See, I'm getting XP, I'm getting my stats upgraded, all at the same time. So this is what I do to grind my salvage. Oop, you got me there. And my fishing, my salvage, and my repair skills. And again, the salvage is the average of your fishing and repair, so it's best to take them both up at the same time. And this I found the most efficient because I get both at the same time. You can actually grind against zombies and skeletons as well. And as your fishing skills go up, you have a chance to drop their heads. So if you like decorating with zombie and skeleton heads, do this with that skeletons and zombies instead. The reason I like to do spiders is because their drop is string, and they drop more than enough string than I need to continually repair the fishing rod. So it kind of self-sustains itself without having to get a bunch of string. So there's that segment. Let me move on to, you know what? Let's run around the back here and go check out herbalism skills. There's some nether wart right there. Sugarcane's good. But just harvesting stuff. There are some farm designs you can find on YouTube to automatically harvest your stuff for you. But if you use a Fortune 3 hoe, you'll get a lot more stuff from it. And if I right click, my ability with this stuff actually automatically replants the carrots for me. So it's hard sometimes to see exactly where you're farming at, and you sometimes miss a couple. And you see when I plant this, it starts at stage 1. When you use your ability, it's like the stage before it's done. So it's highly advantageous to use your ability when you can. Again, the higher you go, the better it is for you. Higher levels of herbalism actually allow you, when you just eat something, it gives you more hearts. So it's a decent one to have. Not too beneficial, but still, nonetheless, while you have to get food to feed yourself, might as well get some herbalism skills from it. Alright, and then this is going to finish it up for me on the alchemy skills. As you increase the alchemy, what you can actually do is you can make haste potions. Now haste is great ability for PvP, for mining, anything. You can hit faster, you can mine faster. So what I've done is I just set up a whole bunch of mining stands. I've already loaded in some water bottles here, and I'm just going to do the first 5. But here's what I do is I go across here, and I typically do this where I can just do like 2 rows or something very, I don't know, straightforward, and I can get 5 on there. So all I do is I spread those out, I open it up, I shift click up the nether wart, and then I just move down the row and put those in as quick as possible. So it works great on doing about 18 of these at a time. That's 2 rows in your inventory. And by the time you've gone all the way around and done 18 of them, oh, it looks like we had a potion just sitting over here. Ah, it's one of those haste 2s. So by the time you're done with 18, you get back here and you have the awkward potion. So then you go and toss. I'm going to make some strength potions, so I'll toss the blaze powder in. And those ones are now all done. So again, it takes a second since I'm not doing as many. But as soon as this is done, I'll start with the glowstone dust. And this will make them strength 2 potions. They don't last as long, but you do a lot more damage. And then of course the last one that we'll toss in, there's the gunpowder, which makes it a splash potion. Now the way that the leveling up on this goes is each time you add an ingredient, you get more XP. It's like ×2 more experience than the last ingredient. So you want to use a full 4 ingredients when you do this, because that'll give you the maximum amount of experience when you do this. So I'm going to pull these strength 2 out. You get the experience as they're done. We do have, there you go, see my alchemy just increased to level 90. So I'm still a little bit away. You have to be to 125 to be able to make the haste potions. It's Deadly Can Opener who's got it already to 125, and she's the one that's able to make us the haste 2 potions right now. But I hope that this was helpful to you. We covered several different things that you can grind, several different ways to quickly grind them. The only other thing that I would recommend if you're in a faction and you guys are trying to do the MCMMO skills together is to do a party and do an XP share. Because when you're in a party, the more of you working together, it actually gives you an XP share bonus. So say that there's 2 of you, I think the bonus is 10%. So you get, one of you mining, you get 110% of the experience that you typically would get, and then that's shared between the 2 of you equally. So if the both of you are doing the grinding together, you get 10% more than if you're just doing it by yourself. So it's a nice bonus to be able to work together as a team and grind those together. Also helps a little bit to have somebody online chatting with them and doing some of those kind of monotonous tasks. Some of them like the excavation and the mining skills, you can make a little bit of money with it. It's not a lot, but it pays for itself a little bit just because if you're able to sell it easily, that's great. If you have to keep on going back to the shop, probably not so beneficial. You almost want to just toss your pick inside your vault and just clear your inventory. It's just it'd fill up too quick. I guess you don't have to fill it. You could just leave the stuff on the ground. The drops just stay there. You don't continue to pick them up. Of course, as you get to the higher levels with excavation, there's great things dropping like those diamonds, so be sure to pick those up. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment. I'd love to hear how you guys level up. If you have a better way to do it than I do, let me know. Maybe I'll make a video on it, and maybe I'll get one of my skills up to 1,000 finally. It takes a long time, so good luck and happy grinding.